Expected to decide who goes or stays in President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet, but National Spokesperson Pule Mabe says that meeting will not discuss any cabinet reshuffle or the vacancy of deputy president, as that is the constitutional mandate of the president.
The highest decision-making body of the ANC between conferences is meeting again for the third time in a month.
What is a problem with the organization seeking to resolve its work in provinces and settling its mind on committees? It's not a crisis. Actually, what it does is it communicates and says to you that the ANC is now ready to begin rolling its sleeves and do the work of the organization, which include the implementation of its own resolution.
Among expectations that the NEC will weigh in on the appointment of a deputy president and articulate its position on calls by the DA and EFF to recall Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba and Public Enterprises Minister Lynn Brown. Gigaba lost a court bid to prove that he never approved a controversial agreement to provide the Oppenheimer family exclusive immigration services at OR Tambo International Airport. And the public protector gave the president 14 days to deal with Brown, who was found guilty of misleading Parliament when she failed to disclose contracts between Eskom and Gupta-linked Trillion. A special NEC decided the fate of former President Jacob Zuma, but this time deployment is not on the agenda.
Matters of deployment are issues that are processed by the top leadership. The president exercises his prerogative as bestowed on him by the Constitution of the Republic. He does this in consultation with the leadership. He works closely with the national officials, and then the decision that they take, it just gets to be announced really to ourselves. And in this way, it will be announced to ourselves in the same way that it gets announced to you. So there's not going to be a special meeting that briefs the NEC on deployments.
But the NEC members are allowed to raise issues on the day.
What we're happy about is that there's going to be some reshuffle in the sense that those who don't perform, definitely they'll have to give space.
And a word of advice.
There is no doubt about it that the ANC is now running on a crisis mode. They are having these successive NECs. Some of them are being dubbed as special NECs. What that means is that the party is just responding to some of the challenges on an ad hoc basis. They wait for a problem to become urgent and then they convene these special gatherings so that they can deal with it. It shows lack of a long-term strategy when it comes to dealing with these matters, because they should have known a week or so ago, immediately after the president has been inaugurated, that they will no longer be the deputy, and then that they will have to respond to the question regarding some of the ministers there that are being alleged to have been involved in state capture. The ANC should have known that, but most of the times they will wait until it affects the functioning of government, such as the reality that now we need the deputy president to respond to some of the questions in Parliament, that the party then begin to get a sense of urgency and respond to this.
The NEC will be held on Sunday and Monday. Ntakwana Ngatani, SABC News.